Happy Tuesday, everyone. It seems like it's been forever since we've had a Tuesday Night Rotor Talk live, but welcome everybody to the show. I'm gonna get set up here. I hope everybody's had a great Tuesday. I did. Got a boatload of stuff to talk about tonight. I mean, a boatload. We got lots of hot topics, all of course on your favorite, very favorite subject right now, the new Mavic 2. We got a lot going on. Ray, Bill Taylor, welcome. Thank you for joining tonight. Let's get this chat popped out here. Like I said, we got a great amount of topics to cover here tonight. So I am thoroughly excited about that. Steve Carpenter, welcome. Welcome. Mel, welcome. Drone Shots, Brent, Chris Hope, welcome. Welcome. Yeah, it's, wow, what a day. What a day for me. We got, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Cardasso, welcome. Yeah, well, that's my first topic of the evening, Cardasso. David Ma, welcome. Dustin, welcome. Jeremiah, welcome. My first topic of the evening, and let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and do a screen share here. Let's share. I'm going to close some stuff up. Get some stuff out. Well, what do you guys think? Ta-da! There it is. It finally came. It actually finally didn't. Finally, it was supposed to be delivered on Wednesday at 10:30, and then this morning I got a notice at 8:30 when I got to work that it was going to be this morning. So I was my work's an hour away. So they tried another attempt at noon, which obviously that wasn't going to work. But what's real nice is the FedEx station. DJI won't let it go to a FedEx Kinko's, but it will go back to the FedEx station. And Valerie picked it up after work for me. So yay for Valerie. I'm very thrilled. Now, the reason it's still closed is after I'm done with Rotor Talk Live tonight, I'm going to finish filming the unboxing video, and it's going to come out tomorrow. I haven't decided what time, but you guys, and I'm telling you, it is unlike any unboxing video you have ever seen, ever in life. So I guarantee you that. So what is the next slide here? Oh, yes, and this is subject number 2 for the evening. What do you guys think of that? Yeah, that apparently it's the only one I've heard of that this has actually happened to. And I'm going to do my mouse over here. Apparently that's hot glued on, and this is in the Pro. This isn't in the Zoom. Apparently that's hot glued on, and I don't know if that part there is hot glued on as well. I don't know, but the one drone reviewer who got his drone obviously ahead of time, the one who dumped water on it and put it through all kind of stuff, crashed it into trees and all that, didn't see that happening. So that's kind of like an FYI. I think this is probably like a one-time kind of occurrence. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot about that. So just kind of, I put that out there on the groups just to let you guys know about that. Now I'm going to, okay, I don't want that. Okay, I don't know what happened to my next slide, so I don't know where that went. Let me see if I can bring up the, I'm going to stop sharing here. Okay. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. As far as that's concerned, you know, that was just really kind of, to me, I don't know about the gimbal falling off part. It's kind of reminded me of the Note 7, and I had a Note 7. Yeah, I don't think adhesive was the only thing used. You're probably right, Billy. I gotta think that there, and I did see a piece of metal on there that I don't know if maybe that hooked into something. You're right, Billy. That's a good point. It was probably hooked in somehow in there. and maybe there's something on the other side. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Industrial adhesive can be extremely strong. Car makers, yeah, Bill, you're probably right. I agree with that. Billy, thanks for joining tonight, by the way. Appreciate that. Hector, thank you. FedEx, the shipping they use for us. Yes, it is, Hector. Billy, it is here. I just showed a picture. It came, well, actually, it didn't come today. It came this morning at 10:30, and then they tried again at noon. And what was great was the FedEx Center is on Valerie's, on the way home from work for Valerie, so she stopped and picked it up. So, and I'm going to finish my unboxing video tonight and get that out tomorrow so you guys can see that. And it's going to be a unique one. Trust me, you guys want to watch it. It's going to be, Valerie helped me do it. We put a lot of work into it, and I hope you guys like it. It should be great. One of the other things I want to talk about too is, I'll call it, for lack of a better term, the Neistat factor. Casey Neistat put out a tweet, and I think it was the day after. I'm not sure it was the day after or the day before with that. But it said something to the effect like, did you not get a lot of views, YouTubers? Do you think that the product, people are meh about drones or what, kind of a thing? And I wanted to spend a couple of minutes and talk about that tonight. And I know I've been tweeting a lot with Original Dobo about that, and he and I feel the same way on this. It's, one of the things, a lot of YouTubers, the big ones, Casey, iJustine, and several others got theirs ahead of time so they can make these videos. And these videos were dropping while Billy, Ken, and all of us were sitting at the event. I mean, these videos were dropping at that point in time. I mean, even before a lot of us were ordering our drones there, they were dropping. And, for us, and, we're not the mega YouTube stars like Casey and iJustine and some of the other ones. Kelly's not. Kelly Shores. Kelly, if you're watching, you are a superstar to me. But you're regular folk, okay? And I'll call us all regular folk here, if I can use that term. It hurts all of us. When these videos come out like that, and we go out and we put ours out there, and I noticed, I was talking to Original Dobo, Ken, our view counts, it's like they should be twice as much. I mean, Ken put out a great first video on the Zoom. He put say hi to Valerie.
Hi everybody. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No. Thank you. Love you too. Ken put out a great video on that, but like, where's the views? Seriously. And I know Billy's put out some videos too, and he's gotten some views, but not like normal. And I know it's the same for me. And I've looked at some other ones like Rick Smith from Drone Valley. He's put out some as well too. And it's just like the view count isn't there. And one of the things that, yes, Bill Thomas, you're welcome. I really appreciated that from Valerie picking that up there. I'm as irregular as can be, Steve Carpenter. No comment on that. What I'm saying is, and I've been thinking about this, and I don't know if what I think is, okay, they had, I think Jimmy, they had the other presenter there who's a videographer who did a fantastic job with that. And one of the things that I really liked was he was very honest. And I mean, obviously he's there. DJI has given him the product to be able, and they said, get it out in extreme condition. And he did. He went up to Greenland, and it was very extreme. And I don't know if you guys watched the presentation. I mean, that was something else. I think DJI hands out too many of these drones to people. What I think is, I think they should limit it. And I also think, to me, that if they give you a drone ahead of time, you need to be at the event. You know, Casey was nowhere to be found. Justine, I don't know if she's ever come to one of these events. And some of the other real big heavy hitters, they weren't there. Okay, you know, the guys were there that I think, to me, you know, Half Chrome Jones was there, Ed Ricker was there, Kelly Shores from Ready Set Drone was there, Billy was there, Ken Donna was there, Rick Smith was there, I was there. I mean, you know, all of us work really hard, and I'm going to include all of us here. You know, we earn our views. I mean, we don't. None of us go out there. None of us are there to get a drone ahead of time. I mean, it'd be nice. Don't get me wrong, DJI. If you send me one time, I won't say no. But you know, I think, you know, for me, I think if we go ahead and do those kind of things, people getting sick of seeing the same thing over and over. You're right, Scott. And you know, that kind of, you know, and I was chatting with Original Dobo tonight on Twitter. I said, you know, it's just like, you know, they've already gotten a lot of stuff out there. These guys have had them for I don't know how many weeks, and they have a bunch of content out there, and we put stuff out there, and it's just like, meh. It's like, what? You know? So I think something needs to be done about that. I think DJI needs to revisit that maybe that they have to wait a couple of days before they start putting content out there, that they have to be at the show, that kind of thing. I mean, okay, Kelly Shores, he had one ahead of time. He dropped a video, which was fine. He was also at the event, and I think that's important, okay? Kelly, I really enjoyed meeting you, and my gosh, I didn't realize how tall you were. But, you know, Kelly works hard too, all right? You know, we all do. The group of people that I just mentioned, and it was great to meet Half Chrome Drones. I really, really like meeting those guys. And by the way, they were in my hotel. I had no idea. They stayed in the hotel overnight. But we all work hard. And, you know, and I was talking with Original Double, you know, a level playing field. That's what we want. We want a level playing field, and it's not. I mean, it's really skewed, and it's skewed toward the heavy hitters like Casey and Justine. I mean, you know, and I'm thrilled when people like Kelly Shores is able to get one. I'm thrilled when I know Rick Smith has said he's gotten them before. I think that's fantastic when guys like that, you know, get an opportunity to get their hands on it, because you know what, they are great in terms of their reviews. I mean, you know, Kelly and Rick, you know, right out there with kind of stuff. You know, and somebody like, you know, I know I'm talking a lot about Original Dobo, but you know what? He's real. You get the real. That's why he has original in the title, okay? He'll tell you what he thinks about it, you know, whether it's good or whether it's bad, but he tells you about it. And that's what people want to hear, okay? That's the thing that people want to hear about this. So, okay, I'm going to get off my soapbox here. I'm going to get off my soapbox here about that. You know, one of the things that I was very interested in, and I actually sent a message out to DJI today, and I asked them, I said, you know, and I obviously, when I sold my Mavic Pro, I included the charging hub with it, but I also purchased a Phantom 4 charger, and it quick charged those batteries. I mean, those batteries got charged in a short amount of time. And I sent them a message, and I haven't gotten a reply back yet, and just want to know about, just want to know, you know, if there is a method like that to be able to quick charge these batteries, because, you know, from what they're saying, you know, it does take a while to charge these batteries for the Mavic 2. So if anybody hears anything, either drop me a line or let me know about that. I think that would be great. I'm real curious as to what that is. You know, one of the other things that I've been getting a lot of questions on regarding this is, you know, a lot of people are saying, you know, well, how come DJI didn't do 4K at 60 frames per second, 4K 60 FPS? I don't know about you guys, but I just wanted to start laughing. I've been getting a lot of questions asked about that. Why didn't, you know, in comments, and I'm sorry, I just wanted to laugh. I said, you know what, DJI is not going to shoot themselves in the foot. You know, they want to still be able to sell Phantom 4 Pros. I mean, that's the part of this. But people are just jumping. Why didn't they include it? And I just and I took a step back, and I'm just like, I don't know about that, guys. They want to keep the Phantom series going. And real interesting, and I don't know if you guys picked this up or not, watching the interview Rick Smith did with Michael Oldenburg, the presenter. I don't know if you heard it. Listen to it at the 6:10 mark. Listen to what he says. So there's another drone coming out this year. Listen, watch Rick's video and listen to it at the 6:10 mark. There's something else coming out this year. So who knows? One of the things that Rick said is he tries to get some information out of them, but they're pretty tight-lipped. And he talked to Adam Lisberg today. He did another one and came out with that, and that was a good one too. And Rick's a great interviewer, and he really tries to, in a backhanded way, tries to get some information out of these guys. I think it's fantastic. I absolutely enjoy it. Another drone coming out this year. That's pretty much what he said. There's going to be another event, another announcement kind of a thing. So yeah, watch Rick's video that he did with Michael Oldenburg that came out, I think, a couple days ago at the 6:10 mark, and that will tell you that right there. So also wanted to pass on, we had so much fun. We stayed in Brooklyn. The event was held in Brooklyn. And it wasn't far from where we stayed. In fact, I think we probably were at the closest hotel to it. Our Uber ride wasn't more than 5+ minutes over there. It was very close. And I'd never stayed in Brooklyn before. I'd always, anytime I've gone to New York City, stayed in Manhattan. And I was, one of the things that impressed Valerie and I was the people. Everybody said, New Yorkers are rude. No. I'll tell you what, everyone we ran into could not have been nicer. The clerks, the front desk people at the hotel, people at restaurants that we went to, places to shop, Uber drivers, everybody we encountered was fantastic. So kudos to you, Brooklynites who we interacted with. I assume you guys are from Brooklyn. And maybe New Yorkers, you guys are fantastic. Thank you. It was just a wonderful experience. And you guys, that event was like a 6-story building that was empty on the inside. I mean, it was, and I hope you guys had a chance to take a look. I'm going to post some pictures, and I think I did, of, we went up to the balcony to take some pictures of that, and it was just huge inside there. I mean, you could just see forever. And you saw there was another bridge, and I accidentally misidentified it as the Brooklyn Bridge. I believe they said it was the Manchester Bridge that was right down by us. And also too, I want to let you guys know, they actually put as you know, New York City, it's illegal to fly drones in New York City. It was very interesting because I had somebody leave a comment, well, I guess you won't be able to fly your drones if you're in New York when the event's in New York. And, we're asked not to say, anything about the location ahead of time. So I had to keep quiet about that. But one of the things that they had to do, because we flew out over the river, those that went and, had the opportunity to fly the Mavic 2s, out over the river. Technically, I guess that is the city of New York. So they had to get permission from the city of New York to do that. So that's kudos to DJI for doing that. And also for the type of event that they put on. They gave us, they had, there was plenty, there was water, there was orange juice, there were soft drinks. They had real nice hors d'oeuvres that they were giving us. And they were, it was very impressive. And it was very nice. I got to meet Michael Oldenburg. And I also got to meet another young lady, Kelly Shores introduced me to her, and I got her business card from DJI. Unbelievably nice people, very articulate, very well spoken. Just it was a great interaction. People there were very friendly. But every one of the staff from DJI was just incredibly friendly, incredibly nice. Could not have been more polite. And I talked to Michael for a few minutes and had a wonderful conversation with him. He was a great guy, and it was a great presentation. It really was. You know, I couldn't say enough about that. You know, what I guess one of the things that kind of surprised me was I expected more people there. And Valerie did too. Did DJI invite you? Yes, Chris, DJI did invite me. And I feel and that's another thing too. You know, those of us who got invited, it just doesn't happen by, you know, it's not a, you know, you don't wave a magic wand and make that happen. It comes from hard work, and it comes from hard work on your YouTube channels. And I know every one of us there, you know, from Kelly Shores to Ed Ricker to, you know, Rick Smith to, you know, Half Chrome Drones to Billy Kyle to Ken Donna, Original Dobo, myself, you know, we all put a lot of hard work and effort into our YouTube channels, and I think it shows. And I think that's the reason DJI wants us there, because, you know, we obviously, you know, we talk about other drones other than DJI, but our main focus is on DJI. And I think that's so incredibly wonderful to get this opportunity. And from what I hear, you know, once you get your foot in the door, and if you keep, you know, they look at things, they really do look at things like subscriber count and views and so forth. And as long as those numbers keep going up, you know, you can pretty much, you'll get invited again to things like this, which is a wonderful opportunity. You know, and I apologize for with my interview with Rick Smith. I did get a new microphone. It just came yesterday. Yay. I didn't have it there for the event, so I do apologize about that. But I could not have been more pleased. It was great to be able to catch a couple of minutes with Rick, be able to talk to him as well, and hopeful of him coming down. He said he's going to be coming down to Florida in a couple of weeks, so hopefully maybe Original Dobo and I can get together with him and do some flying. I'm real anxious for that, and I think he said he ordered both of them, and I know Billy ordered both of them as well too. I think Billy's got the Pro already, so. And he put out some great video from that. So I'm anxious to see that. And Ken Donna's put out some great video as well. Ken, your video is great. I really like what I'm seeing with that. So, I mean, you know, how many people were at the event, Ken? You know, I'm going to say maybe 100, you know, probably no more than that. You know, when you got out back, it looked pretty crowded back there, but where the seats were, they probably had seating for maybe 300 there. And I think we probably had about maybe 100 there, which really was kind of surprising. And, you know, DJI, just like I said, the place where this was called Duggal Greenhouse. And it was in what's called the Navy Yards in Brooklyn. Evidently, I think that's somebody may know this. They may have been built ships there during World War II and the Korean War. I'm not sure. But it was fantastic. It was just, the location, the venue, everything. It could not have been nicer. We really, really enjoyed ourselves. It was great. Can't say enough nice things about that. It was fantastic. We enjoyed that. And, you know, next time, you know, I told Valerie, I said, you know, I want to have some time to be able to go around and explore Manhattan, because it was 37 years the last time we went to New York City. So, and we flew into LaGuardia, and if any of you guys have ever flown in LaGuardia, you're going to know what I'm talking about here. Is when we came in, because the runway's so short, you come in, and I was filming it because I'm going to put it together. I have a little vlog I'm going to put together. You're coming in, and you stick the landing. I mean, the brakes are on right away. When that gear touches down, it was like, you could see in my camera moves forward because of that effect. So, and LaGuardia is under complete massive construction there. They're building new terminals, which is nice, because their current terminals, you know, for like each gate maybe has like 50 chairs there. So that's not, yeah, it's in dire need of a renovation there. It really is. But you know, getting in and out, well, we timed it a little too early. Our flight out on Friday morning was at 7:45. We got there at 4:45. But you don't know with New York traffic. So, I mean, that's one of the things you just have to have to plan on it. But all in all, logistics wise, it went very well. I could not have been more pleased with that. It was great. And one of the things I really like, guys, was meeting and having some time to talk to the other drone reviewers. To me, that was every bit as good as the event, because I was able to finally meet Kelly from Ready Set Drone, and I absolutely love Kelly. Kelly has his demeanor, everything. What you see on video is what you see in person with Kelly. He's the real deal. He's just he's very laid back, but he's he's very sincere, and I absolutely positively love meeting him. He was fantastic. And Ed Ricker. Now, Ed Ricker, to me, he put out a video about the Mavic Pro, and I think it has like over 1 million hits. And that's what I first used when I got my Mavic Pro, to do things like an IMU calibration, the compass calibration, just some basics, getting it set up, getting DJI Assistant and getting all that together. He did a fantastic, and I talked with him about that video, and he told me, he said that a friend asked him to do that, and he said, you know what, why not put it out on video? And he said, like, boom. But another thing, Ed Ricker's tall. I didn't realize how tall Ed was. That really kind of surprised me. And really nice surprise talking to Half Chrome Drones. Those guys, they're out of Chicago. I think they're out of Chicago or near Chicago. Wonderful guys. They are just absolutely wonderful. They have a great channel, and if you guys aren't subscribed to them, please do so. They do great work out there. They really do. Really like them a lot. They complement, and what's interesting is it's two of them that run this channel, and they complement one another. They do it real well. And of course, Rick Smith. I can't say enough nice things about Rick. And about all these guys as well. Rick's just he's very down to earth. He's very real, and boy, is he knowledgeable. He has an engineering background, and he really knows his stuff engineering wise. He's just unbelievably intelligent. I can't say enough about that. And he's very personable, very friendly, and I'm looking forward to getting together with him. And I know his original Dobo is too, because he's going to be coming down to our side of Florida, which is the west side of Florida, in a couple of weeks. So so that'll be fantastic. We're looking forward to that. And Billy Kyle, it was great to meet Billy. I mean, I hadn't had a chance to meet him yet. And I told him, I said, when you get down here next time to Florida, I'm going to take you to a place. I'm going to buy you a beer, because he's 21 now. He loved that. Very personable, very friendly. Just real, down to earth. You can't help but like him. And Billy, if you're watching, the thing that I'm jealous of is your age. Okay, you're 21, and you have all this wonderful years of being able to use this technology ahead of you. I don't have as many years to use this technology as you do, but I know you're going to do fantastic, and in whatever career decision you make after you graduate from college. And kudos to you. You do a great job with your channel. You do your content based upon what you want to do. Your subscribers, you're very relevant to them, and thank you for that. And of course, Ken Dono, original Dobo. Absolutely love him, because he is the real deal. He tells you like it is. I mean, people like that, remind me of my dad. My dad was always like that. And that's one of the reasons I really love Ken. He he doesn't sugarcoat stuff. And if he says something's bad, something's bad. And if he says something, is great, he's going to tell you. He doesn't pull any punches. That's one of the great things. Also got to meet Daniel and DePena, and I think, and forgive me, Daniel, if I mispronounce your name. Daniel connected with me on Twitter, and I am so sorry I didn't get a picture of Daniel. He represents dealers down in the DJI dealers down in the Dominican Republic, and had a great conversation with him ahead of time. We all got there early, so we were out there. We were able to talk out in the parking lot, had a wonderful conversation with him. He absolutely was great to talk with, and hearing about things, about how things go in the Dominican Republic and everything, and it's just some of these it's another world. It really is. It's really kind of another world out there. So was just absolutely fantastic. Yeah. I can't say I can't say enough about having the opportunity to meet him. He's a wonderful young man, and he doesn't have a YouTube channel, but he's on Twitter. And if you guys are interested, I'll try to hook you up with his Twitter account. I'll try to post that, see if I can do that. I'm sure he wouldn't mind. He was constantly, we chat on Twitter an awful lot, and I really appreciate that. It just, that's his method of communication, and it's great. And he plans on coming to future DJI events as well too. So it was wonderful meeting him, and it was just a great experience. I mean, it's just something that you want to kind of just soak in. And probably by about 1 o'clock though, people were starting to disperse. I mean, it was going to go until 2 o'clock. And one of the wonderful things that they did was, and I think I may have mentioned this in one of my other videos, live videos from the event, they gave us a 32 gigabyte SD card when we walked in. And the reason they did that was so we could take the Mavic 2s up, record our own film, and be able to bring that back with us. I didn't get that opportunity. I was inside talking to DJI people and so forth, and I kind of wished I had the opportunity to do that. So that was just hindsight's 20/20 as far as is what they're saying there. What filters, DJI or Polar Pro? That's a real good question, Bill Thomas. I know the ones on DJI, they're still showing out of stock, and and I saw who had the video out. Somebody had a video. Yeah, somebody had the video out, and I saw that on how you change the filters on the Pro, and it's kind of like you twist the lens cap off, and you kind of twist it, and it locks back in. So that's going to be real interesting, and I'm kind of surprised that they, I give DJI some kudos, because I'll tell you what, I was able to get my drone today, and a lot of people have gotten theirs already and gotten them up, which is fantastic. I mean, we all remember, what happened with the Mavic Pro, and DJI really did learn their lesson. I mean, it really is just something completely different this time, which is fantastic. And the ultra fast shipping. I mean, I ordered mine on Thursday, and I got it today. Today's Tuesday. I think that's just crazy fantastic. I agree. You're gonna love the new gimbal cover. Yeah, and you know what? And I gotta say kudos to Original Dobo. He put out a video about how to put that. Thank you, Elijah from Warp Drive. He put out a video about the gimbal cover and how to put it back on the Mavic 2 Zoom, and I really like that, because when I originally got my Mavic Pro, I had no idea. I was struggling trying to get that gimbal lock back in there, not the cover, but the lock. And somebody sent me a 5-second, 10-second burst, put it out on a Facebook group. And wow, I'll tell you what, that just impressed the daylights out of me. And I saw it, it was like, boom, I had done. And then Original Dobo, he puts that out. It was a 2-minute video. Guys, watch that. That's a great video. It shows you how to put that back in there without damaging your gimbal. I mean, kudos to Original Dobo for getting that out. That was absolutely fantastic. It was great. No, I got a Pro. The Pro cover's a nightmare. Thank you, Elijah. I appreciate that. Oh boy, here we go. That's gonna be fun. One of the other things that I wanted to talk about, this is just real interesting. If you look on the underside of the tube, in the back where it looks like there's rubber, where it's kind of, the back end of the drone sits down, that used to be a plastic piece that you could clip the back landing gear on. So I'm wondering, and if anybody hears anything about landing gear, let me know, because they can't do that anymore, because those are 2 rubber pieces, solid rubber pieces down there. So I don't know how they're going to get rear landing gear on. The front landing gear, it went on the front arms, but the rear landing gear went on that section of that. So anybody hears anything about that, let me know. I'm very, very curious. Yeah, Elijah, yeah, I am going to flip that upside down. That's what that's what I struggled at first when I had the original Mavic Pro, was I was doing it, holding it up and trying to get it in. No, somebody said, just lay it down, and that does make a difference. So thank you for that tip. That's a real good one to pass on. So OcuSync really that much improved from OcuSync 1. I've heard it had. David, I just got mine today. I don't even have it charged up yet, so I don't know. But anybody else, from what I hear, everybody says, yeah. I mean, it's been a real crisp signal from what I've seen out there. I don't know. I really don't know. I'll tell you what, one of the things I really enjoyed was talking to Rick Smith and getting his take on some things. Rick is fantastic. You know, I wish everybody could sit down and spend some time to talk to Rick. He's just absolutely fantastic. I'm definitely going to have him on again sometime. He like I said, he's great, and I wish he was closer, but it's great that he gets down to Florida. He has his daughter's down here with a job, so so that's, you know, so he'll be down here quite a bit, so that's fantastic. And it was wonderful. I was also able to meet Rick's son. Rick's son came in and he helped him, and he filmed some of his interviews for him. He actually filmed the interview with Rick and I. Valerie was around, somewhere around, I don't know where. So he graciously stepped in and, you know, took my phone and recorded the interview, which was fantastic. And you know, Rick, you got a great son. Pass that on to him. I think he's going to be a software. He's going to college close by to New Jersey, and I think he says majoring in computer science. Good choice. Just very wonderful young man. It was really a pleasure to be able to meet him. He was great. Oh, you flew. That's WW. Oh wow, flew my Zoom 10 minutes ago. First time. Just love it. Absolutely, that's great. Yeah, yeah, after we're done here, I'm gonna film the rest of my unboxing video, and it's gonna be coming out tomorrow. So you guys, and trust me when I tell you this, Ramon, welcome. Thank you for joining tonight. Trust me when I tell you guys this, it's going to be different than any other unboxing video you've ever seen. Valerie helped me with it, and we put together, I think, a wonderful clip. Now, it's probably going to be about 10 minutes long, which is kind of like twice as long as what I normally like to do, but it's going to, you guys will enjoy it. Trust me on this one. Absolutely, positively, trust me. JB, yes, I do have my Mavic 2, JB. Came in, actually didn't come in. We picked it up at the FedEx station tonight, so that was fantastic. You know, and I've heard, you know, oh, I know one of the other things I wanted to talk about was, and I asked for comments on the video I did that night after the event. Ordering the Mavic 2 was incredible. I know a lot of people had the same issue that I had. I was getting payment declined. So then I called my bank up. I was using my debit card. No, we don't see anything on there. Okay, so I kept doing it. So I get on with DJI support, and I go down to the hotel lobby. I didn't bring my laptop with me. And I get on there, and I go into 2 different browsers. No luck. So I get back up to the room, and they said, well, you have to send an email to support or whatever, DJI.com. I'm like, oh, no. So I said, you know what? I told Valerie, so I'm going to call the bank up again. Sure enough, I called the bank up, and they said there was a hold on it because of a fraud alert. And it was very interesting because after I posted that, and I asked, the bank removed it, and then my order went through without any issue. But what was real interesting was I got so many people that actually happened to. And I'm not talking just here in the States. I'm talking around the world. People from Germany, I know several had tried it and said that, you know, they had that issue, and then it finally went through, and it was a fraud thing. And I think DJI is just, they may have some new software that throws that fraud alert out there. I don't know, but it was funny because it was denied, but my bank didn't show anything. And then I call back 15 minutes later, and then it shows up. So, but that all got taken care of. You know, all in all, except for that, There was some real consternation and weeping and gnashing of teeth until my order finally went through. It was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm like, okay, only half the world's already ordered their Mavic 2s by now. So that just, I'm like, wow, 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 wow. One of the things I'm anxious to do, and I'm going to definitely be, I'm crossing my fingers for some good weather this weekend. One of the things I want to do is in the next few days, obviously, I'm going to be trying to crank out some videos. I want to do a live stream from the Mavic Pro, Mavic 2. I love being able to do that from the Mavic Pro. And I want to be able to do the same thing from here. I'm going to try to maybe do a quick test flight over the lake behind our house just to do that. Now, you're going to, I'm going to try to do some good videos. I'm going to try to do some ones, and I'm going to try to keep them short. I don't like, I think you guys know, one of the things that I really like is videos that are less than 5 minutes, because I want to give you guys, and this is what my whole channel, this is the whole thing about my channel, is I want to give you guys the information you need and to be able to do it. For instance, compass calibration. I'm just throwing something out there to show you how to do it, and then we're done, and that's it. A lot of new people are coming on board, and there's going to be a lot of new people. Mavic 2 may be their first drone, and that's one of the things. So I'm gonna do some basics, and I'm gonna break things up. What I want to do, on one hand, I want to do some basic flight maneuverability kind of tests, and then the other one, I'm going to do some video and photography tests. And I'm really excited about hyperlapse, guys. I mean, I'm just like on freaking pins and needles about that. I'm just so amped up. I can hardly wait. And I've got some great plans that I want to do with that. So stay tuned for some good stuff. I'm really planning on doing that. And I'm also going to be purchasing some non-copyright music service. There's a couple of good ones out, really good ones out there. So I'm gonna get some great music with some of these. So I'm really looking forward to that. Ken, fraud alert, because the bank thought it was an unusually large amount of money coming out. I've had that happen before with MasterCard. Yeah, they're being safe. You're right. You're right. They are. It's just frustrating that they weren't even showing it. That's the thing that's just absolutely floored me. I have no idea why they weren't showing it, but eventually they did and got it all taken care of. And I know a lot of people did too. So it was absolutely great. Oh, Coast to Coast Drones. Elijah's a great guy. I don't. Bill Thomas, you may want to go back to some of my early, probably maybe like the second Tuesday Night Rotor Talk Live. I talked with Elijah. I had him online. That was a great. That was great, Elijah. Enjoyed having you on. Thank you so much for doing that at the spur of the moment that night. That was great. Really enjoyed that. I'm gonna try to get some, try to line up some guests. I may try to line up some of the contacts that I made at DJI to have them on. I know they can't talk a lot, but I'm going to ask some questions that they can answer, and I think you guys would enjoy it. And I think it would be good for them. I mean, they're very personable, very real, very friendly. It was just a fantastic time. So I want to open it up. Do you guys have any questions regarding, especially, like the event, anything upcoming, that kind of thing? Throw them out there. I'll take some time to go ahead and answer them. Spark 2 and Mavic Air 2 will be next. That could very well be. Don't fly water for a couple of weeks. Make sure there are no bugs in the new bird. Ken, you're probably right. I'm not planning on it. That's a good thing. I'm probably just going to stick over land for a while. That's for sure. For take videos and pictures of my work. Which drone should I purchase? Mark, I would definitely go with the 2 Pro. The 1-inch sensor with a Hasselblad camera, you're going to get sharp, crisp, clear pictures and video from that. I think that's definitely the way to go. Spark with OcuSync would be the best drone. Harry, you're probably right. Or no, did DJI mention anything about their upcoming new controller? No, they did not, Harry. And I know our buddy Ositalev he actually did a rendering of one, which was looked meh to me. But no, and I've heard a lot of people talk about it, but they haven't said anything. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention too, nobody, and Rick asked him, and there was like absolutely zero word about the Mavic 2 Enterprise, nothing, zero. And Rick asked Michael Oldenburg, he said, I can't say anything on it. So, you know, that is probably coming up somewhere down the pipe. I think, and it's just for me, it's probably going to be one of those soft releases, like what they did at IFA in Berlin when they did the Mavic Pro Platinum and the Phantom 4 Pro Obsidian. Just, you know, one of those things that just happens, and you know, it may be in an event like that, and it's not a big event like that. So, does anybody know if APAS works in reverse for MP2? If so, what speed? Jeremiah, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I tested the Mavic Air APAS. I didn't go backwards with it, but I did go forwards, and it worked absolutely fantastic. So I don't know. I think it's a forward. I think APAS is a forward type of system, but that's a good question. I think it's going to be specialized more towards safety and rescue. I think you're right, Bill. I think that's what, and I think that's why the Enterprise, and people thought that they were going to be able to buy the Enterprise, which I all along was thinking, you know, that's going to be, you know, that's for commercial use. And I think it's going to be, like you said, probably for first responders. I think that's going to be an ideal drone for them. And they mentioned, I think what was it during the presentation? I think they said like 50 or so people have been rescued with drones through the use of drones, which is fantastic. And those numbers are only going to climb higher. I think that's great. High-end reviewers that drop the Enterprise comes with a 5.5 screen. Lon, very interesting, Lon. That's the first I've heard of that. I really hadn't heard anything about that. That's interesting. Guys, have any more questions? You know, that having that built-in controller, I mean, I'm so happy the controller really didn't change a lot. And I put a video out about that. Oh, thank you, Mike Roche. APAS works backwards on the Mavic Air. Jeremiah, did you see that? That's fantastic. Thank you for posting that, Mike. Appreciate that. You know, I do hope they come out with a controller, but no, it's probably going to be Android. And face it, iOS, you know, works so much better with DJI devices. That's all I'm going to say on that. But who knows? Who knows? You know, I'm hesitant on getting a Crystal Sky. I want to wait and see how this plays out as far as the controller is concerned. Active track up to 44 miles an hour. That's a good one. David, I don't know. Have the Mavic Pro modern sports mode plus goes 62 carbon fiber props. Wow, that's pretty fast. Steve Carbon, yep. Oh, you're welcome. Gonna kind of wind things down and wrap things up. Be watching tomorrow, and I don't know what time it's going to drop for this unboxing video. And I'm gonna call your ma, call your pa, call everybody from Arkansas, and everybody in between. It's really going to be unbelievable. I think you guys will do it. We put there's some production value in this, and it was my wife and I collaborated on it, came up with a script. It's played out unbelievable, and we're going to film the rest of that tonight, and I'm going to get it out there. You guys are absolutely going to love it. Okay, Thomas, I'll answer your question. Why did DJI use Android on the Sky if iOS works better? Is it down to Apple won't allow it? That's a great question. Rick Smith did a great video on that, and I forget the name of that, but he answered a lot of questions regarding, you know, why does iOS seem to be better with that? I think maybe some of their code may be more compatible with iOS than with Android. And Rick put out a great video about that. there's no Tuesday. There's going to be no Sunday afternoon Rotor Talk Live this Sunday. That will come a week from Sunday. We'll see you guys again coming up next Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Thank you guys so much. And I ask you guys, you know, the drone reviewers that I mentioned tonight, you know, Ed Ricker, Rick Smith from Drone Valley, Kelly from Ready Set Drone, Billy Kyle, Ken Donner, Original Dobo, Half Chrome Drones, of course myself, and some of us out there, and your other ones. You know, if you haven't subscribed to them, please do so. You know, I know all these guys, and these guys, every one of us works really hard to try to get you great content out there. You know, we're not out here to make $1 million. We're out here because we love drones and we want to share our knowledge and our passion, and we really like it. And also another guy too, and Bill Thomas, I should have been mentioning you as well. You have a fantastic channel. You do great work, my friend, and I'm looking forward to when you restart your live stream up. That'll be fantastic. I think that's great. And support Bill Thomas too from Coast to Coast Drones. Bill does a tremendous job. He runs not only Coast to Coast Drones, there's a couple other groups that he runs as well. He does a great job. He's out there. He's on top of stuff with drones. So share the love with him as well too. He's great. Absolutely, positively enjoy him as well. So hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Be on the lookout for this unboxing video. I'm going to have some other ones coming up this weekend. So, you know, I might be cranking out a few videos coming up here. So appreciate you guys an awful lot. Thank you so much. And as always, it's a great day for flying. Take care, guys.